What's up guys, JT Thomas with Performance Golf, and in today's video I'm giving the people what they want, and that is more Slingshot Gang content. Okay guys, so following these principles will help you hit the ball 10, 20, maybe even 30 yards farther. So we're just going to get right into it. The first concept of Slingshot Gang is to learn how to rotate your rib cage in the backswing. So it's really important with a driver, especially when it comes to creating power, that we create some rotation with our rib cage or with our trunk. So the drill that we're going to do to first understand how to create turn in your rib cage is just to take your driver, longest club in your bag, and you're just going to take it and stick it right underneath your armpit. So going to take it, grab it, put it underneath your armpits like this, and then you're going to dangle your arms right in front of you. Now, in order to actually move this club around you, you can't just swivel your arms. You're going to see the club's not going to go very far. I'm kind of pigeonholed in this spot. So instead, what I'm looking to feel is my arms are going to stay here, and I'm going to try and turn my ribs as far as I can get them. You may feel some belly button turn. Again, you may feel like your right hip turns, but the real goal is to understand, hey, I have to turn my trunk back in the backswing. So just going to take the club, rotate it as much as I can to the right. The poor movement here would just be trying to move the club, and you notice how this front side is coming off of me. This right side here is back behind me. So I'm simply using my arms in the backswing versus we want to start the swing, making sure that we turn the rib cage to start the swing. So if we do it properly in the first part of the takeaway here, what it'll look like is as I turn, my belt buckle is going to turn, my buttons on my shirt are going to turn. So here from this down the line view, by the time your hands are about level with your thighs, we're really going to want to see at least 30, 45 degrees of rib cage rotation. All right guys, just to demonstrate this concept here, again, you're going to take the club, put it right underneath your armpits. Make sure, again, it's pretty far up there. The lower you have it, the more you can cheat. So it's really important you kind of want to have it up there pretty good. The goal is to turn your rib cage as much as you can, turning your hips as well. Then you're just going to grab the club here and get that feeling for, okay, this is what it needs to feel like. This is how much turn I need to feel by the time my hands are about even with my hips. So I'm going to go ahead and do this drill here, kind of feel that out. Turn, okay, kind of got that feeling. Turning my rib cage early, and then go ahead and just hit one out there, just trying to make sure that I have this nice rib cage rotation to start the swing. So here we go, some nice rib cage rotation to start, and hit it. Yeah, absolutely flush that one. That was really nice. Let's go ahead and do that again. You might even feel an uptick of power really right away. Most people don't turn their rib cage enough in their swing. They really start the swing with their arms. So if you can make sure the first thing that you do is rotate your rib cage to start, you may see a jump in power right away, kind of like this one. Turning the rib cage. Again, perfect, dead straight there, with a little extra pop on it. So step one of loading properly through the Slingshot Gang concept is simply turning your rib cage here early on in the backswing by the time your hands are parallel to the ground. So the second step to perform Slingshot Gang properly in your backswing is to really learn how to use your lead arm. So most golfers, when they take the club back, instead of actually turning the rib cages, which is what we talked about earlier, they take their left arm or their lead arm and they pull it way too far in and low behind them. So you can see here at this backswing, I haven't really rotated my body very much. I've simply just taken my arms and I'm almost connected to my bicep or elbow to my rib cage. This is no good. This is going to produce that really inside swing, over the top, what we see, really weak golf shots. So the drill to help you understand how to work your lead arm is one where your lead arm works more up in the backswing and over on top of your pec muscle. So if we do a poor backswing, we go back, my lead arm will work underneath my pec muscle, again, kind of pigeonholing me in the backswing. Can't take the club very far. I can only swing out and over to get to the ball. Instead, what we're looking to have happen is lift this left arm up over my pec in the backswing. Again, this allows for more range of motion for my arms to get around my body. So the drill for this, guys, to help you understand how to work your lead arm properly is one where you're going to take the club, you're going to stick it right in your sternum, you're going to take your trail hand, you're going to make it completely straight. You're going to take your lead hand and put it about 6 inches in front of the club. You're going to set up to here, just imaginary golf ball, you know, the club's way above the ground. And the goal here is in the backswing to keep the same distance between your left hand and the shaft the entire backswing. So when we go back here, taking a swing, turning my rib cage, and keeping my arms in front of my body. If you do this improperly, what you're gonna see is you're gonna go back and your turn would stop and your left arm would run off much past your rotation. So the key to understanding how to work your left arm in the backswing is one where we're trying to keep our left arm on the front side of our turn. So again, just to kind of explain this and mimic this, this club shaft is representing my turn or my rib cage rotation. So when I go back, it's important that my arm stays on the front side of this. If we ever let this arm get too far behind my turn, again, now we're going to be pigeonholing ourselves, making it hard to use the right arm in the backswing. So I'm just going to set up here for this drill, get a couple of feelings of doing it properly. Like, wow, my left arm probably feels way out in front of me, way more extended than it typically is as I'm doing this drill. And I also feel a really nice turn. Another thing you can do for this is go ahead and just grab the club at that position just to feel like where my arm is and relative to my body. Again, my tricep is going to be over my pec muscle. My arm is going to be up in the air and it's not going to be too low. So see if we can go ahead and add this feeling in there of this left arm staying in front of my turn, getting up over my chest, and go ahead and hit one out there. So here we go. Trying to feel the left arm get over the pec as I turn better in the backswing. Again, another really good shot there. Just trying to get that left arm to get over my pec. I'm gonna head to do that again. If you're struggling with this and you're taking your arm way underneath, this is gonna feel so different to you. The arm is gonna need to feel way more out in front of you and also way more up. Another way or quick way just to describe this, and I want you guys to understand it, is our left arm starts, pretty close down to the ground. We have to get it to go up in the air. So we have to lift this left arm up. If we swing back and we just pull that arm in down and low, there's no way we're gonna be able to really create some power. So it's really important to understand, not only is this arm staying in front of our turn, but it's also lifting up as that happens. So big deal here, same thing, trying to turn my rib cage while also making sure that I don't pin my left arm too far in and across my body. So here we go, another good one. Again, absolutely roasted that one. The better I can get my left arm up in the air, this is even something that I struggle with, getting my arm too in. Getting the left arm up in the air, super crucial for allowing you to turn your ribcage better. So guys, the last concept or last step of how to load the sling in the backswing is actually how you work your right arm. So just how we talked about earlier, making sure that we get some rib cage rotation, we get the left arm in front of our body and we lift it up. It's really important that the only way that we can work this right arm properly is if we do those first two steps. So having the rib cage rotation and the left arm lift up. The last feel that we want to have is the right arm working back and around our body. And so a good feel for this, or to help you understand how to do this, is you're just going to take your right hand, put it right on your left wrist, and you're going to use your right arm to help you pull your left arm back behind you in the backswing. So just mimicking your right hand underneath your wrist is very similar to how you would grab the club. And so it's really important that we mimic it that way so we can recreate that same feel when we actually have the golf club in our hands. So if we do this improperly and we go back and we start pulling the right arm in right away or pulling the left arm across us, obviously you see now my right arm is in that pigeonhole position. I cannot create any power, versus making sure that my left arm first stays out in front of my turn, and now I have this ability to pull my arm back to help me finish the backswing. So this really creates some depth, create some rotation with your right shoulder. So you can see as I take this club here, or take my arm and I pull it back, you can start to see from this face-on view how much more of my back you can see. So by actually pulling my arms, it's helping my body create some rotation with the top half of my body around my rib cage. So right arm feel here, guys, making sure we do the first two steps, really important. Left arm up and in front, rib cage rotation, right arm pulling back here to help me finish the backswing. I can go ahead and take my right arm, grab it up at the top of the club, and now you should feel a lot of stretch in your body. You should feel a really nice load to where you can unload that in the downswing. So just gonna go ahead and do this drill one time to give me this feeling, turning my ribs, lifting my arm up, really pulling back. Again, I feel a pretty big stretch on this lead side of my body, and then also on this trail side to help me get my arm around. All right, guys, see if I can put everything together here. Trying to get nice rib cage rotation, left arm up in the air, and then that right arm really pulling behind me. Go ahead and give it a rip. Another really good one there. That was probably the fastest one of the day. Again, that right arm is a huge power piece for you in the swing. So if you feel like, hey, I'm not getting enough power in my drives, my friends are hitting it way farther than me and they shouldn't be, a good place to look is this right arm in the backswing, making sure it's pulling enough behind you, again, to help get that lead arm across the chest and to help you really rotate in the follow through. So we're going to hit one more here just to really explain this concept. Again, guys, we have 3 goals: left arm up, rib cage turn, right arm pulling back. Trying to put these 3 together and really hit a good one out there. Yeah, guys, another really good drive there. Again, big focus on trying to pull that right arm back. If you can follow the 3 slingshot principles, which are rib cage rotation in the backswing, left arm lifting up and over your pec, and your right arm really pulling back behind you, I promise you, you will start to hit the ball 10, 20, even 30 yards farther past all your friends. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below, like and subscribe for more videos like these.